When the music's off, that's when we're on.
There was music?
We're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna unmute. Or the opposite.
It's taking forever. But I think we got this. If you know, you know. Let's I still count to this song. Anyway, let's come on. Here we go. We are on. We are live. What happened?
It's showing live.
Yeah, we're showing live. You're on.
Yes.
You're in the shadows. I think it's kind
yeah,
of
don't
cool.
worry about that. I'm here. I'm here.
Really? You should be
I'm just
have
in
a
the
deeper
shadows.
voice. Hello. This is the final hour. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Hope you're all not waiting for me, are you?
We kind of are. You're the host.
I'm so
Do you
sorry.
want? Do you want? Do you want me? Do you want me to host
Um,
or Christina? Or actually, she's the tech host. But I can switch it up in tech host, and she can host.
okay, I got the spreadsheet in front of me. Okay, yay! Welcome in the last hour. I hope everyone I know some of you are here. Welcome to last hour. We have Linda Carney Goodrich. Oh my God, I have a dog jumping on the bed. Believe me. Then we have Kevin Gallagher. We have Mark Lamro. We have Annie Pluto. We have Emily Dickinson. I wish that would be nice. Trisha Z. We also have Thera Webb, Steve Zabriskie, Nada Gordon, Jim Burley, and Douglas Rothschild. Yes, we do. We're going to start with Linda.
All right. Hello, everybody. What an honor to be here. All these great poets in the final hour. I'm going to read two poems from my book that's out now, Dot Girl, about my life growing up in Dorchester in the 70s and 80s. And it starts with, when the social worker tells me no one wants a teenage girl. I find many people want me, men mostly, on the tee in the backs of their stores. They say I look so mature. Madonna with a lace glove, a chameleon-like. Boy George, I wear the tips of all my heels. Energy in my sinews I cannot contain. It took me 3 tries in summer school to pass trigonometry, but I know how to add my value. Stalking Center Street in my cheated dress and red heels. I'm on the grand tour of foster homes, 11 this year. The corset from the carousel at Lafayette Place suits me like armor. My math is in how many nights I have free dinners and a place to stay. Signing my own report cards, I hand them back to the teachers, dare them with my purple eyes from Revlon to question. Who was it now? That one teacher in junior year? Signed me up for SATs without asking, every day wanting her $35 back. The analogies on that test made no simple sense. A girl is to the world what a mirror is to the sun. When I look in the mirror, I shake with my own power. Oh, the costumes I endure to procure one night of value. My friends might go to college, but they never stopped a car dead in the middle of the city. When doors open, I get in. And Grand Climacteric. And both of these were also published in the MacGuffin. I'd like to say, she said, it's an honor to see your own daughter go through menopause. She actually said, just wait till you get to see your own daughter go through it. Joy dancing in her eyes, sunlight on water. She enjoyed her daughter's suffering, and she wanted me to have that too. I have these tricks of pretending one thing is another. The doctor asked me on the day of my last cycle, Could I naturally be a pregnant 54-year-old? More likely you'd be hit by a Mack truck. How about a bus? Oh, he hooted, he slapped his own knee. Am I not still full of surprises? Don't all the flowers blossom and bend towards me as I pass? The last time I washed my daughter's honey hair, I didn't know it was the last. I should have lingered, should have sat in the red tent when I still had an invitation, sucked bursting grapes from the pliable fingers of tent boys. An unknown woman showed me how to use a tampon in that long ago bathroom, my terror shaking the stalls, my shame just about able to swallow us both. My mother had given me a little pink book, an old-fashioned belt with 7 attachable pads. Any questions she dared? Her fists tight, unopened buds. Oh, mother of the blue-black hair and that midnight stare, it was impolite to ask if you were awake when I was born. Oh, my mother cold as milk. Did you breastfeed? Was Dad good then? When you made me, did God tell you the secret? When I was 12 and I suddenly wanted to devour boys, I was sure it was Satan come down to take me. I don't care. I don't care. I begged, I implored, I bathed my feet in oil for hours. Come on, lead me astray. Tell me the names of each living thing. That's it.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Lots of windows open today in the last hour. Yes, thank you, Linda. Up next, we have Kevin Gallagher. I see him.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Great to be sandwiched between Linda and Mark. I'm going to stay in Dorchester with Linda and read 3 poems from a Boston magazine that went from 1951 to 1986 that was founded in Dorchester by a poet named Sid Corman. The magazine was called Origin. First poem is from spring 1953, Charles Olson, The Pavement. The pavement I take so long to go along by. The walk from the house to the store I can't jump over. The obduracy of spirit, the doubt of person, the locus only the place I was not conceived in, only where I was named because I was known for the first time to be there, and I unknown. And who am I, any more than who knows the lines? I break my father's spine. The cracks I break my mother's back are so wide. They are so easily used. This is from Larry Eigner, spring 1955, from Swampscott. I have felt it. I have felt it, as they've said, there's nothing to say. There is everything to speak of, but the words are words when you speak, that is a sound. What you have done when you have spoken of nothing or something I will remember. After trying my animal noise, I break out with a man's cry. And Sid Corman himself, spring 1963. The house. It's quiet, almost too quiet. I'm alone in it. That's part of it. I don't know where the old people have gone to. Probably visiting children. It's none of my business. It's a good time to write. The cries of the birds are so small. It's as though I were listening through the wrong end of my ears. It is the not being here that sings, trying to find its way back. How difficult it is to follow the vanishings. Last one, spring 1953, Robert Creeley, The Crow. The crow in the cage in the dining room hates me because I will not feed him. And I have left nothing behind in leaving because I killed him. And because I hit him over the head with a stick, there is nothing I laugh at. Sickness is the hatred of a repentance, knowing there is nothing he wants. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad you could get on this year. That was great. And I figured out where the light switch is in this room. Yes. And in that case, I will introduce my pal, Mark Lamoureux.
Hi, everyone. Thanks. I'm gonna read a couple poems from my book Free Mare, which is available from White Stag Publishing. They're all tarot card poems. The Fool. At the center of the gnomon, the green man wakes and sleeps, angel with butterfly wings, twisting the rainbow in a lover's knot, while the infernal beasts lie at her feet. God of the grain sounds the four corners of the circle of death, and life seeps out the hole in his blasted eyes, in his blasted head, eyes red with the fruit of the vine. A dove alights on a burning bush. In the ruins of Thebes, a severed head begins to sing of the time before the birth as the sun sets in the west. She tears a hole in the firmament and laughs in at himself. The white rose eclipses the moon, and the new day begins to end. The Devil. Looping horns akimbo, high as a gloaming bat above the avenue where the roots of trees push up flagstones like the lids of coffins, outside of time. Within the lit windows is what happens in secret, reverse mitosis. The ascending spirits pluck the harp of the spindle, night and day conjoined in the mystery of their origin. Indigo stains are the braille of foxgloves, open-throated hymns as the one sun is ringed by melancholia. Godhead rides the trap groove, spinning around the ruby of the third eye. A hoof steps quiet upon the black ice and radiates a crackling bloom of unrealized timelines, walks soundlessly across the expanse of frozen mirror upon mirror upon mirror, communicating as braided wire or the war zone of the splitting allele. All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be undertaken under the full stop of the unjoined caduceus. Open thy arms and receive. The Hanged Man. A black cross or a sword, I see with the eyes of nails. The coiled colors of the horizon is home. The dark roads lead to the shrinking point, the black collapsing star over the still waters where I will be taken. The ghost sun will shine on all the hidden bones under the skin of things, crinolines for the funerary gown. Reverse the flow of gravity, see the sky as it is, an angry sea. Be lowered to the frozen earth, a secret number, a casualty. Knight of Wands for Joanna Valente. They ride the black unicorn with a horn of flame, reach out for a red right hand emblazoned on cinder blocks beside the train tracks from which gushes ivy and a great green coal-hearted aster smoldering to diamonds. They carry a torch and sing a torch song outside the Tower of Blood. Shoes of iron tap a breakbeat on the desiccated turf, the pulse of a dragonfly, trembling, tumbling toward burning earth, sky and flames, making a mandala of gold and gray. Thanks.
Yay. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I'm glad I texted you. So yes, thank you. Next up, we have Ann Pluto.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here in this, I guess, 12th hour. So I'll take us to Brooklyn, and this first poem is from my book, How Many Miles to Babylon? It's called Mother to Remember for MKS. Your yurtzeit will arrive on the 20th of Av, 5780. Dog Day, August, 8th month, 10th day. The magus twirling the Yitzhak flame into silver tracks. I haven't been back to Brooklyn since before we all knew the pandemic would take us under. That didn't kill. You fell on the emerald carpet staircase, hemorrhagic stroke. Husband, housekeeper, doctor, neighbor, call 911. Sirens rushed to Maimonides. You never woke up. By the third day, it was decided. They came in pairs and said goodbye. I wasn't there. Joined the funeral by Zoom, reduced to the broken, angry girl whose life you saved in 11th grade. I didn't get to say goodbye. No photograph remains. I saved your letters, spider penmanship and blood maroon ink. You were my favorite teacher who lived in my favorite house on my favorite street. The subway stops recede on the BMT tracks. The silver train pulls out of the station. This is no longer home. All is memory and distance. All is love and love and love. And I have one more that is hot off the press. So this is called Feral Rage for the Little Lady. Your name comes up in my mean girl Rolodex. Buried deep into the last century, you emerge first in a grainy photo, second in a long, sad story. I jerk at your name, seeing your landlocked mermaid body, a woman slithering while the rest of us were still girls, shamefully secret in our menstrual cycles, my heart torn on my sleeve, his initials carved deep in my blood and bone. We were done. And you, curled around him, schoolyard smoke, snake Ouroboros, while I was caught in the Easter air, my yard-long hair unraveling all the roads out of this tragic constellation. What happened in your house? Here's my secret. Let me whisper in your ear. My father called me whore for years. What did I know of cultural connotations? I stood up to him and stated, I am a virgin. I am untouchable. But you, fucking your way through those foolish, handsome boys, what happened in your house? Did your father take you and your sisters secretly to sex, turning your girlhood into the scent of some trampled goddess, the smear of your precious blood on too many sheets, your feral rage aroused, carried in a purse along with your makeup? I flung mine up into the night. I tore the heart off my sleeve, embroidered skin over bone. I carved his name into little stars. And now all the world will be in love with night. Then kicked the horse and rode far, far away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was good. And that was Anne. And up next, we have Trisha Zabruski.
Hi, everyone. Just a great event that Boston puts on, and thank you to all the organizers. I'm sure it's a lot of work. I have three very short poems. This one is a poem about my daughter. It's called Coolant. On Thursday, we exchanged cars. I am driving my daughter's car. She says, I think my car needs coolant. What? Possessed by Bill, my father, I scream, don't you know coolants cool cars? Without coolant, radiators crack, engines seize, gaskets blow, cars die on highways, on lonely dirt roads, steam burns, flames ignites, the car dead as a doornail. Sunk in the passenger seat, my daughter, she said, softly, I think I meant windshield wiper fluid. Fly me to the moon. Sure, fly me to the moon. But please provide a cushion, a warning, medical advice, a pillow with feathers. No, I'm allergic. A landing strip just in case, just in case, just in case. My wings fall short, dysfunction. I fall to the ground, gravel marks on my face. The Greek chorus chants, do you not know better? I, choosing to inject myself into veins leading to a heart again, the world clenched. Yet I, like a 16-year-old drinking a six-pack of Schlitz beer, shirt on backwards from a rough night, I ignore the chorus. I say, sure, fly me to the moon. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. And the last one. The land of egrets, too. Why, in the land of egrets, in the morning, did she whisper the dead name of her dead husband, said the name, said the name, said the name, then? Be still, be quiet, please. Said the name because she was comfortable under the comforter, said the name because he was in bed with her and him, said the name to shatter silence, invoke, make him rise from bones, said the name because when alive, irritated by a move or breath, it was exactly how she would say his name. Be still, be quiet, please. Whoops. There was no quiet. Even when 10 or 12 snowy egrets soared above her, long black legs extended, even then she talked endlessly on the cell, arranged car rentals, lists in her ears of to-dos, to do now, to do soon, to do, to do, to do. At the party, Eve, her neighbor, in mid-sentence, stopped talking, felt the shadow of a bird, looked up, said, that's a red-tailed hawk. Sit next to the bird people, that's right. Sit next to the bird people, that's next. Sit next to the bird people, next to the bird people, next to the bird people. Believe in the egret, mighty law of the egret, and yes, the egrets were snowy, honestly, white as white snow. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Yes. Stick with the bird people, but stay away from the Schlitz, perhaps. Yes. 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 Up next, we have Sarah Webb.
Hi, my name's Tara.
Sorry.
That's okay. It happens all the time. I will be reading some very, very short poems introducing the characters from my book coming out on White Stag next year. It's called The Witch, a play, and then I'll read like 2 other poems. The Witch. Softness, foul breath crept in when I was young. I counted the clasp of hands upon me good, a blessed touch. Undamaged skin sliding beneath your mouth. The Beast. Long life has terrible teeth. Asleep you yawn the tide to bed. Moon, moon, moan and burst. It is a dusty polyp grown out of my heart. The Mother. Sometimes the sea ends before the sea. Sometimes the night goes on while you're awake. Sweet flesh is gone, and underneath the bones a dark tower. Unfocus your eyes, and the reflection of the world is still the world. The collared mornings come, and I breathe molecules of light. The Children. We give nothing though the air complains. A hot buzz against the skin. Welcome it despite this. Bite down on that glow stick and smear the bitter insides on your face. The Hero. The entire notion of suburbs is emptiness. If only I could put my hand inside my chest, I might. Here in my wet feet, my mouth flaps like a red fish. Carnivorous plants. Trap-mouthed, the sharp tooth of love catches you by the ankle. Little feet on the dirt path, little hands in the leaves. It is a quick spring, this one. The breeze doesn't sing, it sickens. And the birds stir dimly in the streets as I walk home in the early morning. Mist rising from gutters, the stamp of a foot beating the rhythm of breath. I count the days before I go bad. stalking the path down to the river where we open our breasts to the sky. And my last one, nobody wants to read poetry. I watch other people's children give their mothers a bouquet of pansies. Someone's hands twitch beneath a pile of bombed out rubble. In a cave, glowworms hang above me, in constellations bluer than the city's lights. Rescued cats shiver in their cages before feeding. Below me, multiple people are carving paths inside the earth. I open another door to sorrow, not turning off the phone at night. The light in my window causes dozens of geese to migrate to my room in confusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. Yes, we're getting towards the end. We've got 4 more readers up next. Stick around, of course. Up next, we have Stevie Super Easy.
Hi, thank you very much. Okay. I want to end up like Bonnie and Clyde after The Israelites by Desmond Decker and the Aces. I work late tonight, but in my mind, I'm at the bank, smiling with my Colt on the teller as the love of my goddamned life keeps the crowd off my back. They say we'll never get away, but what else would you call this? We don't get up in the morning. We don't slave for our bread. We jacket from the conquerors, and we're so fucking slick that our art becomes infamous. And then we get to die. We never have to give up. So this is a newer poem, and it's called This Poem Has No Name Yet. We clasp our glasses with the blood-red gloves of a date night. You tell me your real birthday was the day you took your new name. I tell you I celebrate the day my makeup cocked up Mother's Day. We compare our nails and scratches and drink gin until our words catch and skip. We kiss because it's raining. We share a cab because we're cold. Choice can come so naturally. At last, your body pulverizes mine into a basin for the water of life. You swing your dress to the floor so proudly. We assemble ourselves in jerry rigs as we thrust deathward through space. Our performance concludes. You tell me you work in the morning and leave your gloves on my bookshelf. On that morning, I arise like a folktale animal returning to human form. This worn-out mattress made new again. The darkest clouds in the sky are all brand new. All right, this last one is an older poem. It refers to a visit to Valle de Cuelgamuros. It's where there's a monument to the Spanish Civil War, and that's where Francisco Franco used to be buried, but 5 years ago they chucked him out. So this is my junior high school Spanish class visited a dictator's tomb. The ceiling was impossibly tall, or the ceiling was disturbingly close, and its tiles depicted, as I recall, 1,000,000 dead souls floating like lost balloons to the sun. Decades later, some man who would kill me for looking pretty tells the world and his friends that Torquemada was just doing his job. A statue of Christopher Columbus finally loses its head, and the ruler of America orders a law that protects statues after erasing a law that protected me. But by now, I understand that he is just doing his job. The man who would kill me is speaking by right of law. The journey to the sun is long and cold, but while I float on up in my bare feet, I will remember how time waited to drag the body of a tyrant from its seat in heaven, and I will punch a hole in the sky on my way to meet its Lord. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stevie. All right. Up next, we have Nada Gordon. Yay. Yay.
What are words? Texts? Friends? Membranes? Borders? Organs? Countries? Jews? Food? Animals? Cities? Books? Cells? Gaza? Gauze? Germs? Healing? Temperature? The internet? A curriculum? Death? Textiles? I get angry when I'm not seen, but we can't force people to see us. I'm glad, though, that my opaline poet mind can meet your opaline poet mind here. Chickadees, owls, phoenixes, blues and teals, the blue pearl of writing. Efflorescence, broccoli, cauliflower, forget-me-nots, and something golden coming out of my fingers. Something golden coming out of my teal fingers. I put my opaline poet mind keffiyeh on your little wimple. I put a kippah on my lavender silver camel leopard, braiding the mane of the axolotl, his grin. What's authentic? My opaline pet mind, drinking port in a port, rinsing tefillin in a mosque, swinging about frankincense. Are you free? Hindenburg, far-right lunacies, silver opaline lack, bris or bliss? The problem is, I don't know enough. My online pet mind, just a warble of identity in the background. Take a position, then soften into a feeble incline. With drastic polyfibrility, don't use words. Glabrous, oddly cheery, light tinkle sounds. Goats are capricious and evil. Rachmaninoff, Frank O'Hara, John Lennon, and me. Fellow in keffiyeh walks past with a shoulder boombox and intense face like Manson. We are the boiling pearls of time forces, matrices of roiling forces emitting time pearls, clustered irritations, but not in the lily pad place, so gentle and golden, all aflutter in the unfamiliar, unheimlich as a dot. A moody bumpkin slides around the circumference of the unknowable. A Jesus-like bird plashes. I want fake lashes. By the way, I put on perfume. Can you smell it? Dots of genetic memory clouding up normal functioning, deaf people, systems food, animals recipes. How hard would it be to just feed and house and clothe each other? Come on. Essential succor, Ativan avatars, Valium values, Cymbalta symbolics, methadrine methodology, cannabis candor, heroin hermeneutics, Wellbutrin wellings up, opium opossums, Space I've filled up as it's all we have. Oh, look, it's me as a fetus in a kind of film space. Space inside and space outside that lily pads also work to occupy. Thank you, Boston.
Boston thanks you, and so do many other places that we are scattered at the moment. But yes, thank you, Nada. Up next is Jim Burley.
Oh, hey guys. My poem is called World Serpents. World Serpents. The pleasure of vaccinating my children. I remember blank. Fucked up, emotionally healthy browser history, haiku breath, doing bad stuff on the internet like teaching the Hamburglar to love. My memory of last night is pretty hazy. Fresh air with Terry Gross fantasies, motherfucking cat vending machine fucking up over and over again. I'm having serious doubts about the Audi sign and drive sales event. Tinder matching with the end of all life on Earth. What's that sound? Chemical weapons threesome? Dear Abby, I drink to forget fragile masculinity. The world serpents, looking in the mirror, applying lipstick and whispering, why do I hurt all over? Scientology straight to the nipples. So here we go. Magic, mansplaining beans, pizza in the woods, unwanted pregnancy, erotica, death by birthday party, Oompa Loompa daddy issues. If you like Jennifer Lawrence farting and walking away, ask me anything. I must show you human skin panties, seeing Nicolas Cage cry, executing a hostage every hour because I am stupid. There's Dick Cheney's last Horcrux in there. What's my secret power? A lifetime of sadness. But before I kill you, Mr. Bonds, fat penis emerging from the sea and rampaging through Tokyo. You might be getting really high, fading away into retweets, accepting the way things are, discussing feelings in Taco Bell. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, from wherever you are.
Yes.
All right. Yes, Jim, that was Jim Burley. So last but not least, we have my favorite and yours, Douglas Rothschild. Yay. He's got to unmute himself though. So yes, we gotta.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. All right.
Poem 3/13/23. Attempted meaning. First diagnosis. The CT scan indicates you have pneumonia. Second diagnosis. The CT scan indicates you have a partially collapsed lung. Third diagnosis. The CT scan indicates that you have air in your abdominal cavity that is pressing on your lung, which has caused it to partially collapse. We need to put a tube into your abdomen to release this gas so the lung can reinflate. Fourth diagnosis. The CT scan indicates that you have fluid in your abdominal cavity that is pressing on your lung, which has caused it to partially collapse. We need to put a tube into your abdomen to drain the fluid so the lung can reinflate. Fifth diagnosis. The ultrasonic imaging shows us that the fluid has coagulated into a gelatinous mass. This indicates that it has been there for some time. It is pressing on your lung and has caused the lung to partially collapse. It is too thick for it to drain out on its own. So we have called in the radiological surgeons who will use radiological imaging to guide them as they scrape the gelatinous coagulation out. This is not a robotic procedure. Sixth diagnosis. The ultrasonic imaging shows us that the fluid, which has coagulated into a gelatinous mass, is located between your lung and the lining of your lung wall. It is pressing on your lung and has caused the lung to partially collapse. We are going to put a tube into this mass and drain out some of the fluid. We will then test this fluid in order to determine if it is infected. If it is infected, we will give you antibiotics to eliminate the infection and then observe and wait for the body to reabsorb the fluid on its own. If it is not infected, we will observe and wait as the body reabsorbs the fluid on its own. The radiological surgeons are not required for this procedure. Seventh diagnosis. As you can see, the ultrasonic imaging shows us that the fluid, which has coagulated into a gelatinous mass located between your lung and the lining of your lung wall, is clear and free of contaminants. This indicates that it is not infected. However, although it is pressing on your lung and has caused the lung to partially collapse, we feel it is best to continue watching this mass as it has been there since the time of the operation in which your aorta was repaired. As your body eventually reabsorbs this fluid, your lung will reinflate. Eighth diagnosis. The ultrasonic imaging showed us that the fluid that has coagulated into a gelatinous mass located between your lung and the lining of your lung wall was not infected. It is pressing on your lung and has caused the lung to partially collapse. We will take another X-ray to determine if the mass has grown any since the time of the operation. If it has, we will insert a tube into your chest and remove some of the mass in order to test it to see if it is infected. This may mean that we will need to keep you here for some time, as we may need to remove the infected fluid from your lung. Fifth diagnosis. The X-ray shows us that the fluid, which has collected between your lung and the lining of your lung wall and has caused the lung to partially collapse, has not changed since your initial operation and poses no immediate threat to your health. We are going to wait for the body to reabsorb the fluid, at which point the lung should reinflate on its own. Considering this, we will be sending you home as soon as possible. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful reading this year. Thank
Yes,
you,
it
everyone.
has. Yes, it has. Douglas, you made me cry.
Oh,
No,
well,
that's no,
thank
it's
you.
good. Don't worry about
Thank
that.
you.
It's a good cry,
I'm
but no,
sorry.
no, that's fine. Don't crying's good, right? Yes. No, but now I'm kind of now we are all done, and thank you to the last of our readers, Linda Carney Goodrich, Kevin Gallagher, Mark Lambero, Sarah Webb, Stevie Sabrizi, Nada Gordon, Jim Burley, and Douglas Rothschild.
I think Jim is inside that video game he was playing earlier.
He's.
I think he's gotten
Jim
sucked
is
in.
out. I think Jim is outside. No matter.
I mean, this is I don't know. There's some kind of riot happening outside of Sunset Boulevard here on Broadway.
You're in California?
No,
You're in LA on Sunset Boulevard?
This is 43rd Street, I think.
Oh. When did 43rd Street become Sunset Boulevard?
I don't know. It's a new play. It's over here.
Oh, it's a place.
Oh, it's a place called Sunset.
Sunset Boulevard. They were chanting that.
Oh. Are you ready for your close-up?
Never.
Well,
I need soft lighting. CGI.
I think that's not your good side.
I don't have a good side.
No.
I like
Every
it worse
every
and
side is your
even
good
worse.
side.
Listen to Sean, he knows.
Yes, yes, yes.
I've got a face for radio.
Mm,
I've got a butt for radio.
you've been sitting on it. Alrighty.
What?
Hey, can we
Oh,
go
Chad, you're
around the
muted.
corner and get a drink? I mean, the tea runs until 12:30, right?
Yes, yes, you still got time. Yeah, yes, you would, depending on where you were. Yes, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Should everybody pile into the Zoom and drink?
Yeah.
Let's get offline first. Any final words, Sixtina?
Well, Douglas made me cry, and so that I want to thank everyone, all the readers. I'm sorry if some people couldn't get on, but next year there'll be a next year. Well, hopefully there's a next year, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, right, I guess, sort of, maybe. But you'll see, yes, next year, of course. The world doesn't blow up. But other than that, yes, we will.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.